Okay, so like seriously, have you walked through like any city in India lately?
Yeah.
It's like cult.fit everywhere,
Yeah.
right?
It really is. Like, it's just exploded.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody and their mom is like hitting those classes, especially, after we all got cooped up during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's like the post-pandemic fitness craze in action,
Yeah.
right? Everyone's looking for a way to get back in shape,
Mm.
and Cold Thought Fit is like right there,
Mm.
super convenient, and, it doesn't break the bank.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like the perfect solution, right? Affordable, fun, energetic. But that's kind of what got us thinking, with everyone jumping on this bandwagon, are we overlooking something?
Hmm.
Could all this like super intense working out actually be doing more harm than good? I mean, for most of us who aren't like professional athletes. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's a really important one because it's about your health, ultimately, right?
Exactly. So we wanted to do a deep dive into this whole cult.fit phenomenon. Is it all it's cracked up to be, or are there some hidden downsides that people should know about?
Right, and there's been some interesting reporting on this lately.
Yeah.
Like, there's this article from The Ken by Pranathi.
Yeah, really insightful stuff.
Yeah, it takes a close look at this whole fitness boom, but it also, brings to light some potential risks,
Mhm.
particularly this thing about workout-related injuries.
Yeah, cult injuries, I think they're calling them.
Yeah, which is kind of a scary thought, right?
Right.
So we're going to break that all down today and hopefully give you the info you need to decide if Cult.Fit Fit is right for you or if you're already going, if there are things you should be aware of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the basics, right? Cult.fit kind of burst onto the scene in 2017 with this whole concept of affordable group classes.
Yeah, and that was a big shift, right? Because before that, your options were pretty limited.
Yeah, you basically had your hardcore gyms,
Yeah, like the typical weightlifting gyms.
and then you had personal training, which, let's be honest, not everyone can afford.
Yeah, it's super expensive. So Cult.Fit really opened up fitness to a wider audience.
Yeah,
It wasn't just for the gym bros anymore.
exactly. They've
Yeah.
really broadened the appeal.
Right. And then they've done a really good job of building a community around it,
Mm.
This whole we are cult thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of catchy.
It is kind of catchy. It creates this sense of belonging.
Yeah.
And that's powerful,
Right.
right? Especially after the pandemic, when everyone was feeling isolated,
Yeah.
people were craving connection.
Mm.
And then you add in the whole health is wealth thing, which became a huge focus for a lot of people after COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And Cult Fit just kind of tapped into that perfectly.
Yeah, they were like right place, right time.
Totally. And the numbers prove it right. I
Right.
mean, the fitness industry has seen like crazy growth since the pandemic.
Really?
Oh, yeah. In metros, it's gone up by like 31%.
Wow.
But in tier 2 and 3 cities, it's even more dramatic. It's like 78% growth in the last year alone.
That's a lot.
It is. There's this example in the article about Howrah in West Bengal. They saw a 150% increase in fitness centers.
Wow. So yeah, people are definitely prioritizing fitness now more than ever.
And it's interesting how Cult.fit has kind of diversified its offerings too, right?
Oh, yeah. They've got something for everyone.
Yeah. So you've got your basic group classes.
Right.
Those are still pretty affordable, like 100 to 400 rupees.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm.
But then they've also got these like specialized classes,
Right.
like bar fitness,
Ah.
which can be over 1,000 rupees a pop.
Yeah, those are definitely pricier.
And then if you want like the full-on personal training experience,
Yeah, one-on-one.
that can be like 10,000 rupees a month or more.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they're catering to a pretty wide range of budgets and fitness goals.
Yeah, they're not just a one-trick pony.
Exactly. And their reach is pretty impressive too.
Yeah.
Like if you look at their numbers, they have something like 230 centers across India
Wow.
and over 100,000 paying subscribers.
That's huge.
It is huge. And they haven't just been like organically growing. They've been making some strategic acquisitions too.
Oh, yeah, they've been on a buying spree.
Yeah, so like Fitness First in the UK,
Uh-huh.
RPM Fitness, which makes gym equipment.
Right.
And then the really big one was getting the India-wide franchise rights for Gold's Gym.
Yeah, that was a major power move.
Yeah, because that instantly gave them like 140 more centers
Wow.
in over 90 cities. And that really helped them penetrate those tier 2 and 3 markets.
Yeah, that's where the real growth potential is.
Exactly. But there's also been some talk about their like customer acquisition tactics being a little aggressive.
Right.
Like this thing about waitlisting their own subscribers
Yeah.
while offering immediate access to non-subscribers for the same class.
Oh, wow.
It's like a clever way to get new people in the door.
Yeah, it definitely incentivizes people to sign up.
But you can also see how that could lead to bigger class sizes.
Right. which, maybe not ideal.
Yeah, and that kind of brings us to the darker side of this whole cult.fit story.
Yeah.
The thing about these so-called cult injuries,
Oh.
this is where things get a little concerning. Doctors are seeing a real uptick in workout-related injuries. And it's not just like your typical aches and pains. We're talking about some pretty serious stuff.
Yeah. And what's really interesting is that they're seeing this trend specifically among people who are doing these like budget-friendly, high-intensity workouts.
Right, so it's not just cult.fit,
It's like a broader phenomenon.
but they're definitely a big player in that space.
Yeah, for sure. And the term cult injuries is starting to be used by medical professionals.
Which is kind of alarming, right?
Yeah, it's a bit unsettling.
So who's most at risk here?
Well, the article highlights this age group, 35 to 45-year-olds.
Really?
Yeah, and it makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people in that age group are maybe just starting to prioritize fitness.
Right.
They haven't been working out regularly. They might have some underlying health issues.
Yeah.
And so they're more susceptible to injuries.
And we're not talking about minor stuff here, right?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of injuries are we seeing?
So the article mentions back pain sprains, even tennis elbow.
Wow.
And in some cases, people have even needed surgery.
Really?
Yeah. And there's this story about a woman named Swetha.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
She's a 35-year-old IT professional from Hyderabad.
Yeah.
And she joined a beginner strength and conditioning class at Cult.fit. And after just 3 days,
3 days?
yeah, 3 days, she ended up tearing her ACL.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a major ligament in your knee. And it happened while she was doing a deadlift.
Which is like a pretty basic strength training exercise.
Yeah, and the article emphasizes that she didn't receive any personalized attention from the trainer.
Yeah, it sounds like it was very much like a one-size-fits-all approach,
Yeah,
which can be really dangerous, especially for someone who's new to strength training.
absolutely. You need proper guidance and form correction to avoid injuries.
Yeah, pushing yourself too hard too soon can be disastrous.
Totally. And, this isn't just like an isolated incident.
Yeah.
There's this physiotherapist in Bengaluru,
Uh-huh.
and they say that at least 3 out of 5 of their patients with workout-related injuries are Cult.fit attendees.
Wow.
That's a pretty significant number. And it's backed up by other physiotherapists, too.
Yeah.
The article mentions that 3 different physios have reported almost a 50% increase in injured clients compared to before the pandemic.
That's a huge jump.
It is a big jump. And it really makes you wonder, is this business model sustainable?
Yeah.
Can you really prioritize affordability and high-intensity workouts without compromising safety?
Yeah, and there's even speculation that this whole injury thing could affect Cold.Fit's IPO plans.
Oh, yeah.
Because if investors see that a lot of your customers are getting hurt,
Right.
that's not exactly a good look.
Doesn't inspire confidence, does it?
No.
No.
So let's dig into why these cult injuries are happening.
Yeah, let's get to the root of the problem.
What are the main factors at play here?
Okay, so there's this orthopedics consultant, Sriram Krishnamurthy, and he makes a really important observation. He says that they're treating regular people,
Yeah.
not athletes, not people who are used to high-intensity workouts.
Right.
And these regular people are being subjected to these intense workouts, often without proper form checks,
Yeah.
because the instructors just don't have the time or the resources to give everyone individualized attention.
Right. And that goes back to the trainer to participant ratio,
Yeah,
right?
that seems to be a major issue.
Yeah. The article says it's often one trainer to like 30 or even 50 people,
Wow.
which is crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, that's a lot of people for one trainer to manage.
And it's a far cry from what you'd get in a personal training session.
Oh, yeah, totally. Or even in a smaller group fitness class.
Yeah.
Like the article compares it to this boutique fitness chain,
Yeah.
57.
Yeah.
And they have a ratio of one trainer for every 15 to 20 participants.
That's a big difference.
It is a
Yeah.
big difference. And it just shows you that the potential for individualized attention is much higher
Right.
when you have fewer people per trainer.
Yeah, and it's not just about the numbers. Like
Yeah.
the Ken actually sent someone to check out dance fitness classes at 3 different Cult.Fit centers,
Oh, wow.
and they found that the trainers rarely corrected anyone's posture or form.
Really?
Yeah, the focus was more on keeping the energy high and making it fun.
Uh-huh.
But it seems like safety and proper technique might be taking a back seat.
Yeah. It's like they're prioritizing entertainment over proper form.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's this sports science specialist, Prathana Hemant,
Uh-huh.
And she points out that this can actually be really discouraging for people who maybe aren't as fit or have lower stamina,
Right.
because they might feel pressured to keep up with everyone else,
Yeah.
even if their body's not ready for it.
Right. And that can lead to pushing themselves too hard.
Yeah, and then bam, you've got an injury.
Exactly. It's like a recipe for overload injuries.
And then there's the whole issue of trainer qualifications.
Hmm.
Like, how well trained are these people?
Yeah, that's a crucial question.
And the article shares this account from a former Cult.fit trainer.
Uh-huh.
And they basically said that the training program was more focused on communication skills,
Oh, wow.
like how to be energetic and motivating,
Right.
and even physical appearance.
Really?
Yeah, like how to look fit and attractive.
Oh, wow.
But not so much on the actual science of movement or injury prevention, which is kind of worrying.
Yeah, it is, because you want your trainers to have a deep understanding of biomechanics.
Yeah,
Like how the body moves and how to prevent injuries.
exactly. And this contrasts with what a Cult.fit spokesperson told the Ken.
Uh-huh.
They claimed that their trainers go through a rigorous certification program
Right.
that includes mentorship and basic life safety training.
Okay.
But this former trainer's experience suggests that there might be a disconnect between what the company says and what's actually happening.
Yeah, it sounds like there might be a gap there.
And then you've got the working conditions for the trainers themselves.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty intense.
Oh, yeah. Like they're expected to fill every minute of a 50-minute class.
Wow.
And they often teach like 6 classes a day.
6.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It is a lot. And they don't have fixed hours.
Oh, wow.
So it can be pretty demanding.
Yeah. And while the starting salary of like 400,000 rupees a year might sound okay,
Right.
when you factor in the sheer volume of work,
Yeah.
it's not that great.
No. And all that pressure can lead to cutting corners.
Right. Exactly. And one of the things that often gets sacrificed is warm-up and cool-down time.
Oh, yeah. That's so important.
Yeah, this orthopedics consultant, Krishnamurthy, recommends at least 10 minutes for each.
Right.
But in these cult-fitted classes, it's often less than 5 minutes,
Oh, wow.
which is not enough.
No, it's really not enough.
Like, the warm-up is crucial for preparing your muscles,
Right.
getting them ready for exercise.
Yeah.
And the cool-down helps your body recover.
Right.
And both of those are essential for preventing injuries.
It's like they're so focused on cramming in as much exercise as possible
Right.
that they're neglecting these crucial bookends.
Yeah. It's like they're putting quantity over quality.
Exactly. And this emphasis on speed and quantity seems to be a recurring theme with Cult.fit. Like the article brings up the example of Fitness First
Yeah.
after they were acquired by Cult. And this sports and exercise medicine consultant, Rajat Chauhan,
Uh-huh.
he observed that the standards at Fitness First actually declined.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like he saw people using weight machines with incorrect form.
Even with trainers present.
Yeah, sometimes even with trainers present.
That's concerning.
Yeah, because when you're lifting weights,
Right.
proper form is crucial.
I'm
Like
gonna-
lifting heavy with bad form and jerky movements,
Yeah.
that's a recipe for disaster.
You're just asking for an injury.
And it's not just about advanced exercises either.
Right.
Like even basic stuff like planks, push-ups, squats. If you're not doing them right, you can get hurt.
Yeah, this sports science specialist, Hemanth, gives the example of squats. And she says that if you don't have the right angle,
Yeah.
or if you're doing it with jerky movements,
Yeah.
you could put a lot of stress on your ankle joints,
Right.
which can lead to a sprain
Yeah.
or even a fracture over time.
And then there's another thing that I hadn't even really thought about, which is breathing.
Breathing.
Yeah.
Oh.
This physiotherapist, Uthara Mohan, points out that in these group classes, there's often not a lot of emphasis on proper breathing patterns.
Right.
And while that might not seem like a big deal at first,
Yeah.
she says that consistently breathing shallowly or incorrectly during exercise can actually limit the amount of oxygen your body gets,
Oh, wow.
which can lead to problems down the line.
Like what kind of problems?
Like potential heart and breathing
Oh,
issues.
really?
Yeah.
That's scary.
It is scary, and it just goes to show that it's not just about the physical movements.
Right.
It's about the whole package.
Yeah, like you need comprehensive instruction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like we talked about earlier, that 35 to 45-year-old age group,
Yeah.
they're especially vulnerable to injuries for a few reasons.
Right.
Like Chauhan explains that people in this age bracket who are new to exercise, They might not have that awareness of how their body should move.
Right,
Like
yeah.
certain movements might feel really foreign to them.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they might have this competitive drive.
Oh, yeah.
They want to keep up with everyone else,
Right.
which can lead them to push themselves beyond their limits.
Yeah, and then bam, injury.
Exactly. And this is where you see a difference between Cult.fit and some of those more boutique fitness chains. It's like Physique 57
Right.
are much more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But they also tend to focus on very specific types of workouts,
Right.
like bar or Pilates.
Mm-hmm.
And they often hire trainers with specialized background.
So professional dancers for bar classes.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you're getting a higher level of expertise
Right.
and probably more individualized attention.
Yeah.
So I guess it comes down to this fundamental question, right?
Mm.
Cult Fit has made fitness accessible and affordable to a lot of people.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And they've become super popular.
Yeah, they're a household name now.
But the question is, can they keep this up?
Right.
If a significant chunk of their customers are getting hurt.
Yeah, is the model sustainable?
Exactly.
It's like this tension between wanting to offer these large group classes,
Yeah.
which are more affordable,
Right.
and the need for personalized attention to prevent injuries.
Yeah.
It's a tough balance.
And even with these risks,
Uh-huh.
the article suggests that people are still going to be drawn to these classes.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the convenience and the price point
Right.
are just too good to pass up for a lot of people.
Yeah, I can see that.
So let's recap what we've learned in our deep dive today.
Okay.
We've seen how Cult.fit has grown super fast,
Yeah, they've taken the fitness world by storm.
but there's this concerning rise in cult injuries.
Right.
And these aren't just affecting like elite athletes,
Yeah. It's everyday people.
regular people who are just trying to get fit.
Yeah.
And we've talked about some of the factors that might be contributing to this, like
Lit.
the high trainer to participant ratio
Mm-hmm.
and the focus on speed and quantity over form and safety.
Yeah, it seems like their business model might be at odds with injury prevention.
Right. And we've highlighted how the 35 to 45-year-old age group,
Right.
they seem to be particularly at risk.
Yeah, for a variety of reasons.
So it all comes back to this question.
Mm.
Are these budget-friendly fitness options really good for you in the long run?
Yeah.
Or are they setting you up for potential injuries?
That's the big question. And we want to leave you with something to think about.
Yeah.
Considering everything we've discussed today,
Mm-hmm.
what are the hidden costs of prioritizing affordability and high intensity in your own fitness journey? Are you sacrificing safety and quality for convenience and price?
Yeah.
And what questions should you be asking
Yeah.
about your workout routines and the guidance you're getting
Exactly.
to make sure that you're truly investing in your long-term health?
And not just following a trend that could end up hurting you.
Right. It's about making informed choices.
Absolutely.
So do your research, listen to your body, and find what works best for you.
That's great advice. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This has been The Deep Dive.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.